Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Haribol Nitai Gaura Haribol
Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajya Kacharya Ashtottara Satta Shri Sriman. So A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada again. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Kai Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Ari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinata Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Gere Govardhan Ki Jai Shishi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Nilamarava Dham Ki Jai Nilamarava Sunday Love Feast Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to assembled devotees. All glory to assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Gopal Govinda Rama Sri Madhusudan. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya, Madhavaya, Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinata Madana Mohan. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Hare Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gaeta. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gaeta. Shri Rup Shri Sanatan Bhata Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhata Dasa Raghunatha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan. Shri Shri Sad Goswami Ruparaghunath Ki Jai. Jai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, everybody who chanted has achieved the perfection of life. Just come here on Sunday. Yeah. And when Prabhupada came to San Francisco, our temple was in Berkeley, which is right across the bay from San Francisco, and he said that anybody who chants the Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda and follows it with Hare Krishna has achieved the perfection of life. So I heard that from his lips, and now you can hear it from my lips. Yeah. And Prabhupada did. This is, Guru Parampara. Yeah. And then he said, but if you want to preach, you should probably read my books. He said probably. Yeah, because some people, just chanting, you get purified, you get realization. Tesham evanukam partam mahamagyana jam tamaha nasyami atmas babasto gyana dipena basvata. Krishna will enlighten you. There was one, I forgot his name, Bhakta Tom, Bhakta John. And he was coming to our temple in Berkeley, San Francisco. And he was a big, farm boy from Central California. Thousands and thousands of acres of farmland there. So his father, had like a big piece of agricultural land there. And he kept coming to the temple, and he moved in, and he was living as, in the brahmachari life and, everything. Then he explained that around Christmas time, when it was cold and everything else, he'd just gone out with one of his friends in a pickup truck to check on some of the big pumps, because there in California they pump lots of water for their commercial agriculture. So he was going around to check on these things, and it was at nighttime, maybe 7 o'clock, 7:30, near Christmas. And so he pulled up one place, and he got out of the truck, and he was just looking up, and the stars were very clear and very beautiful and very bright, and the atmosphere was very crisp. He had a jacket on. And his friend was just staying inside, listening to the radio. And then he saw from the sky these celestial people coming, right? And one of them said, John, I'm Krishna. You should find out more about me. And he kind of nodded, And he looked back inside to see if his friend had heard that, but his friend was just listening to the radio, and the people disappeared, And that's the kind of person he was. He was completely simple, completely transparent, like that. Even coming up with a lie was too much effort for him or something, So then he told us that after that he went to the library in Modesto, California. Modesto, California? It's there's maybe it's a little bigger than it used to be, but before it was it's a very modest place, Modesto. Very simple, So he went into the library, and he asked the librarian, he said, you got any books about Krishna? She said, well, let me look. He said, yeah. And she had 2 volumes of the Krishna book, So she gave him volume 1, and there's a picture of Krishna on the cover. And he said, yeah, that's the guy. Okay. So in the Bhagavad Gita, there's the 4 nutshell verses. What are the 4 nutshell verses of Bhagavad Gita? What verse numbers? Huh? Yeah, it's 10:8, which happens to be 108. So now you always remember 108. Yeah, 10:8, 10:9, 10:10, 10:11. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate yati matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha tesham nosna machita magata prana bhuriyantas parashparam katyam shamam nitya tushanti charavanti cha tesham satata yuktanam bhajitam prati purvakam dadhami buddhi yogam tam jainamam upayantate tesham eva nukam partam aham agyana jam tamaha nasyami abhavasto jnana dipena bhashvata. Yeah, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says these 4 verses, if you memorize these 4 verses and you know them, in every single situation you'll be able to quote from the scriptures to support your position, because everything is there. And practically speaking, probably nobody will ever figure out that you only know 4 verses. Like that. Yeah. So, it's very, very nice. You can look at them. And part of what Krishna is saying there, that if you are devoted to him from your previous life or whatever, somehow or other you're like this person, and even if Prabhupada says, even if you cannot take advantage of your spiritual master's instructions, if you can't take advantage of his movement, if you can't take advantage of the scriptures, the literature, even still, Krishna will enlighten you. Krishna will come from the sky personally. Like, yeah, because he's very kind. Krishna is very powerful, Krishna is very intelligent, Krishna is very beautiful, Krishna is very austere, but the foremost quality is, just shake your finger there, okay? But the foremost quality is, foremost quality is, Krishna is very kind. There was one king, Harish Chandra, you know him? Harish Chandra, very famous king, in the one Purana, one Veda about him. And he has a very, very difficult case in his court. Before the king would be in Darbar, he would, Ram with Sita, Lakshman and Hanuman, and they would be there available for people, and people could come in and make their presentations and difficulties. So there's one situation which was very difficult, and according to the law, he should have killed this person. That was what the law said. That was the truth. Okay, but according to mercy, then you should have given him a sharp warning, but let him off. So he was trying to figure out, what is the essence of mercy? Satya or Daya? Truth or mercy? What is the essence of justice? What is the essence of justice? Truth or mercy? And so in the movie it shows the scale going back and forth and spinning, and then he has this whole long experience, because he says, no, we must stand on the truth. And Narada Muni and Vishwamitra come and tempt him in so many ways, and he loses everything. He has all these experiences, And finally his conclusion is, the essence of justice is mercy, not truth. Okay? We include truth, but no. Yeah. By the rules, I should just chop your head off right here and right now. But look, I can see what was happening, and so get out of my court, and I don't want to see you here again. Yes, sir. Yeah. Prabhupada said that, we should follow the Catholic Church in administration. A lot of interesting experiences in terms of that. A lot of interesting experiences in terms of following the Catholic Church. It's the oldest existing institution on the face of the earth, still existing. Yeah. So one time when I took Hari Vilas Das, who was our GBC secretary, to see the canon law professor for the Diocese of San Francisco, and he was a priest, and he was in charge of this thing of dealing with their judicial things. If some priest is caught doing something illicit, exactly the kind of things that we have to deal with, And we were talking, his name was Father Diebold, and we were talking with him and asking him different questions, and it was very interesting. He said that our basic principle is that everybody has a right to their reputation, right? You don't just say things about people this way and that way. No. If you want to criticize somebody, you make a direct criticism. You don't circulate rumors and that kind of stuff, And if someone does that, we'll take it seriously. We'll investigate it. It's our principle. The next thing was, if somebody is discovered to have done something, right, he said, well, as long as they're willing to cooperate with us and do their reformation and things like that, we will never throw them to the wolves, right? This is interesting in terms of ISKCON, right? Somebody does something, they're engaged in breaking some principles, this and that. So is this our idea? If they're willing to work with the authorities, Ram told Lakshman, there's no mistake you can make that you can't correct. That's good to know, right? There's no mistake you can make that you can't correct. But yeah, you got to do the work, and you got to go through it, and Krishna will help you. So he had made very, very nice points about, they had a very clear idea in the Catholic Church about how to deal with these internal problems, religious problems like that, and so on. Yeah. So then we were getting a little aggressive about, if this guy does this or does that, what do you do? And we have shastras. Prabhupada gives us different scriptures which give these rules. Parasara's Dharma Shastra. And so then he said, but of course you know that the essence of justice is mercy, not truth. Oh yeah, we just forgot for a moment. It's like, yeah, yeah. I had to admit that there's something to learn, right? Something to learn, yeah. So this is the situation, in our Krishna consciousness movement. We're trying to become a very, very practical organization, and the mercy of Krishna and Lord Chaitanya is there. In previous ages, you had to meditate, for 10,000 years, standing on one foot. You stand on one leg, you go to the forest, and I'm just going to figure out what's happening. Krishnadas Kaviraj says, all glories to Lord Chaitanya, whose birthday party is going to be about, 11 days from now, right? Come here for maybe the biggest birthday party in Houston, right? This one's going to be bigger than all the previous ones, right? Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya is coming, giving the Yuga Dharma, which is chanting the holy names of God. How many people know St. Francis of Assisi? You've heard of him? Yeah. What city is named after him? San Francisco. Okay. Yeah. And Prabhupada said it was a holy city because of his name. Beautiful parks. Yeah. So there's a thing called the Oxford Book of Carols, Christmas carols. You go out singing about these things. And it says, the Oxford Book of Carols, that St. Francis was the founder, originator, or at least one of the precursors of modern caroling, going out and singing like that. So he would go out with his followers with drums and flutes, right? And they would sing about God, his glories, his beauty, how to approach him, how to worship him with a pure heart. And he said, this is the best religion, right? Yeah, so he was the Sankirtan guy. Yeah. So it's all over the world. This is the Yuga Dharma. In previous ages, yeah, people can meditate. There are different groups now. I won't mention, I'll mention their names. I guess I won't mention their names. Now, there's some groups that have followers and everything else, and they sit down, and then they make their mind blank, and they let all the garbage come out, right? That's their idea. They learn to sit maybe for 40 minutes with their mind blank, letting the garbage come out, right? Yeah. And it keeps on coming out, coming out. Okay. Then maybe some other time they do another 40 minutes and the garbage coming out, yeah. So this is our comment, so coming here, we're giving ideas, you can check them out. Blind faith is condemned. No, blind faith is condemned. You have to investigate. Okay, so we're saying this meditation is not going to work. In this age of Kali, Okay, then the Satya Yuga, then the Treta Yuga, people used to do fire sacrifices. Yeah. Was that a tradition all over the world? In India, Asia, they were doing them. Who stopped them in Asia? How's it go? I can remember the one. Keshava Drita. Bahasi Bapusi Bishade. No? What is this? Huh? Nindasi. Yeah, here's one word. Nindasi yagner veder aha shruti jatam sadaya hridaya darshita pasugatam keshavadrita buddha sarira jaya jagadisha hare. Yeah, so you saw people were just using the Vedas as an excuse, to satisfy their lusty desires. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said when he was a child growing up in Bengal, there would be Durga Puja, and they would take buffaloes and oxen and chop them up and sacrifice them and cook them and eat them. And he said everybody appeared to be very happy except for the buffaloes. They didn't appear to like the process. So that's not what the Vedas are recommending. So Buddha, he basically stopped this. Don't do this. Animal sacrifices. In the West, who stopped it? Because it was going on. You'll find in the Bible they were doing sacrifices. It was an essential part before they would go to battle. So many things they would offer. Cook whole cartloads of meat would be offered into the fire. Yeah. Huh? No, before Christ. I can't remember who it was, but he was going to offer his son as a human sacrifice, and at that point they stopped it. So yeah, it was also stopped in the West at a certain point. But yeah, it's there. They were doing it. But they didn't know how to do it. Right? So meditation doesn't work. These fire sacrifices and so on don't work. Yeah. One place in the Bible, the goddess Durga, whoever they're worshiping, says to them, I don't want these sacrifices of meat and all these things. Then another place it says, okay, if you're going to sacrifice meat and eat it, then do it until it comes out of your nose and ears. You're sick of it. Obviously, it's trying to discourage it. Okay, so we got Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and then Treta Yuga. Then Dwapara Yuga, the process was, worship of the deities, the icons. And again, that is also stopped by people. In the Bible, when it's talking about worshiping the deities, so many times it says, don't do this. Give up your worship of idols and your fornications and your lust. Yeah, because you offer your wine and all this kind of stuff to the deity that is sanctified, and you engage in this kind of stuff and so on. So yeah, the deity worship also became impractical. The Prophet Muhammad, very much, and they were doing these bad things. They had so many idols in the Kabbalah, in there, and they were all there together, and then they would offer different things and sacrifice, and he was stopping these tribal people from doing these things. Okay. But so in this age, what's the verse I'm thinking of? Yeah. Hare Nama, Eva Kevalo, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Gatir Anyata. What does gato mean? Cat. Okay. Spanish. In Sanskrit it means, now you learned something today. Goal. Yeah. Gato Supremo. Gato, the supreme goal. Supreme destination. Gatir Anyata. You're not going to achieve the goal, You're going to achieve the goal by chanting the names of Hari. Hare Nama, Eva Kevalo. In the age of Kali, Hare Nama, Eva Kevalo. Kalo Nasteva. Seva Nasteva. No other way. Is there yeah, not by meditation, not by ritualistic sacrifices, not by the worship of the deity. Yeah. But if we do engage in this chanting, especially under the guidance of a Bhagavata, Srila Prabhupada, then we do become purified. Shrinvatam, Makata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtana, Hridyantas Tohiyabhadrani, Vidunoti Sutrittatam. Yeah, if you engage in this hearing and chanting, then Krishna, who is in your heart, sees how you're trying to approach him, and he purifies you. There was one devotee, Bill W. He was an alcoholic, right? Anybody here been to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings? I've gone. One friend took me there. I mean, it's one of the big drug abatement people say it's the basic program that works. Other programs may work a little bit, but Alcoholics Anonymous, we call it Narcotics Anonymous, they have the same principles, and the basic principles are there he goes, he's running now. Hit the microphone switch. Yeah. Haribol, 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 Haribol. testing. Okay, yeah. So if you go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, there's so many of the things they're doing are exactly the same things we're doing. And I mean, at the end of every meeting, everybody holds hands and says, keep on coming, it works, keep on coming, it works. So today after the lecture, we'll all hold hands and say, keep on coming, it works. Yeah, it's just so many principles. So anyway, this devotee, Bill W. Hello, I'm Bill W. When you get up, you introduce yourself. Hello, I'm Bill W. I'm an alcoholic. Even if you haven't taken a drink for 25 years, you still say, I'm an alcoholic. We always, I'm a sinful person. Yeah, I'll stop chanting now. I'm purified. No. So anyway, he was doing some kind of temporary work, like helping set up, exhibits and stuff. He get called and this dome or that dome or something, setting up this or that. So he had some kind of like on-call work, and he was living in some strange place. But basically, he was living in one club, one bar, had sawdust on the floor. And during the week, he was basically living on beer, peanuts, and potato chips. Now he was living like. I mean, you live a long time. You can live on beer, peanut butter, and potato chips for a long time, but you'll die, You may not live a very happy life, but you won't die for a while. But that was his basic thing, and he was in his club and talking with people and everything else and so forth and so on. Then on Sunday, he started going to the Dallas Temple, right? And how's it go? Agyata Sukriti. He had apparently a little bit of piety there, something or other, because he felt guilty about going just to eat. Maybe some people here also, they come to the lecture in the RT because they feel guilty about just going for prasadam, right? Anybody here like that? We notice that many people come during the last 10 minutes of the lecture, and that they want that. They want to get about 10 minutes of, So usually your lectures start off very, very sophisticated, and they get more and more simple as you go on like that. Yeah. And then they stay for the kirtan, stand there, and then take prasad. And yes, it's great. It's great. Many people started like that, are very advanced devotees now. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, he felt a little guilty. He told me all of this, a little guilty about, just coming to eat, So he came in time for the kirtan, then the lecture, and he sat there. And then he would take prasadam. He would have basically, he said, like 3 plates. 3 plates of prasadam and everything else, and that was, his survival. Very good, Nice. That's how he would approach Krishna. And he said so he was there for 1 year, every Sunday for 1 year. So how many lectures is that? 52. Yeah, 52 lectures. And he said, at the end of 50, he didn't know it though. Shrimvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. He didn't know it, but he was Punya Punja Kriti. He was acquiring pious activities, spiritually pious activities. He didn't know it, just coming there and sitting, everything else. So he said at the end of 1 year, his mind said to him, Bill W. Hey, Bill. What is it? What are they talking about? So for the first time in 52 weeks, he tried to understand the lecture. Okay. So anyway, and he said the first thing he understood was that the devotees believed in reincarnation. He'd been through 52 lectures and he never figured that out. Everything else, yeah. My God, these people believe in reincarnation. That's weird. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to come here again or not. You guys are weird. Well, but anyway. And then the next thing he figured out was that the devotees were vegetarian. 52 Sunday feasts. He never noticed that there was no, it wasn't like Jehovah's Witness or something else. It was like no hamburger, You got really weird vegetarians and, reincarnation, and I'm not going to come here anymore, but the food's pretty good. Well, maybe I will, but maybe I will become a cockroach in the bar in my next lifetime. And then I get all the free beer I want. So that was the process. It works. Hearing, chanting the holy names that Lord Chaitanya is giving them. Krishna required first that everybody surrender, right? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. I will give you protection. I will deliver you everything else if you surrender to me. Right? Yeah. Did Lord Chaitanya require us to surrender to him before he gives us the holy names? No. He's going out giving them out to everybody, you know. And what about Lord Nityananda? He's forcing people to take them. Lord Chaitanya is giving them out. He, you know, sits on your chest and pushes it down your throat. Okay. So yeah, Nityananda. Before the appearance of Chaitanya is the appearance of Advaita, who's the Paramatma, then Nityananda, who's the original Guru, and then finally Lord Chaitanya, who's coming. Yeah. So this is the age of Kali, right? This is the Dharma, is the holy names, Yeah. So anyway, Bill, we've kept on going on, and I think every now and again you have a little bit of a relapse and take a little bit of alcohol here and there. So he never formally took initiation, but so many people he would send to the temple. So many people. So what kind of guru is that? Huh? Yeah, Bhartmana Pradarshika, or one more, Bhartmana Pradarshika. There's two words for it, Bhartmana Pradarshika. Pat Pradarshika or Bhartmana Pradarshika. Somebody who shows you the pathway. It's a Shiksha guru, somebody giving advice, but in the beginning you're trying to get to the magical city of Oz, right? We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. You know, Americans like my lectures, okay? But you have to go down to the jungle, the mosquitoes are getting you, climbing over this and that and everything else, and you come back up and you realize you've deviated by this, and you see the Wizard of Oz, and you're going on. Then so you're trying to become purified, you know? But then somebody comes along and says, hey fella, what is it? Where are you going? I'm going to Oz. Oh, that's very nice. Why don't you take the pathway? The pathway? Yeah, come on. There's a pathway. Oh, God, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, Bhartmana Pradarshika guru is somebody who puts you on the path. Go to the temple, Hare Krishna temple on Sunday. Listen to the lectures. Yeah. Prabhupada says we're saying chant Hare Krishna and you'll become perfect. He said this is like telling somebody, go to the hospital, you'll be cured. It's a fact. Yeah, but once you get there, you walk in the door and you say, well, hey, I'm not cured. No, you gotta, go over to the reception desk, and you gotta, one after another. Yeah. So yeah, he would send people to the temple, and different people give them advice about how to take advantage of the temple. Yeah. Okay. So what's next after Bhartmana Pradarshika guru? Then what's the next guru? Diksha guru, yeah. And usually that means, first initiation, second initiation is really initiated, it's the whole thing. But yeah, that's when we're trying different universities. We're this university, that university, this curriculum, that curriculum, this career, trying out classes, sitting there, the professor says, yeah, you can listen. Then finally we decide, okay, I'm going to matriculate in this university. I want this career, I can pay for them and this and that. You say, hey, what does it take to matriculate? They say, we need these prerequisites. For example, when I started the University of California, I didn't have a drafting course. Usually you take it in high school. So I had to take it online. I did that. Then I went in and I had to do an examination. Okay. Then I could be admitted and so on. Yeah. So yeah, you come to a certain point, you're hearing from Prabhupada, you're associating with devotees, Adoshrada, Sadhu Sangha. Yeah. Bhajana Kriya. You take up the work of the bhajan formally. And some professor said, hey, I saw your name on the list, and I know you sat in on my course 1 year ago. And I thought, boy, this is such a nice student. But now I see you're a registered student. I'm really happy. Congratulations. Everything I'm teaching you've already heard, but I'm going to add this, and I'm going to present a little bit differently. So yeah, you've already been chanting 16 rounds. You've already been chanting Hare Krishna. Yeah, it all is all there, but now it's, now you're a registered student, and there's a different relationship, a formal relationship. They promise that if you pay your fees and get your C's, at the end of 4 years, you'll be able to pass the law examination and become a lawyer, right? Our promise is you chant 16 nice rounds, chant 16 enthusiastic rounds, and follow the 4 Regulative Principles strictly, under the authority of Srila Prabhupada, then you will guarantee that you'll come to the platform of Uttama Adhikari. That's right from the Upadeshamrita. That's the contract. Okay? Okay. And if it's not working, you don't have to go on. No blind faith required. You can see, yeah, I'm progressing. If you're not, go become a Jehovah's Witness or follow the Mormons or Radha Sayomi or, what have we got here, Pushti Marg. Yeah, yeah. Okay? Yeah, yeah. And then after that, there's, first initiation, second initiation, third initiation. Yeah, yeah. Men take that, sannyas, you get another mantra. Ladies have to do it informally. Yep, everybody has to become Goswami. Yeah, yeah. And then after you become Goswami, then you can become completely purified, become a pure devotee. Right? Prema Bhakta, right? That's the end? No. Go to Mahavishnu Loka, Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, yeah, and then Dwarka. Dwarka, then Mathura, then Vrindavan, okay. And then in Vrindavan, that's the end. You're there. You're a blade of grass. Yeah. No, it goes on and on and on. And Krishna himself is always increasing, expanding, like that and so on, So, anybody who chants Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, and follows it with? Has achieved the perfection of life. But if you want to preach, you should probably read my books. Probably says that, probably. Yeah, in most cases, unless you happen to be Bhakti John and God appears directly in front of you, probably you should read the books. And Upadeshamrita, available in the gift store for only how much? Yeah. $4, yeah, like that. Or you can ask the devotees, they'll make you a deal, right? Today, not $25, not $18, only $5, $4, and maybe we'll do $3. We'll give you back 2 quarters, yeah. And if you buy them by the case, we'll give you even a better discount, yeah. So Prabhupada said, this is Rupa Goswami has given us many books. He said this movement is based upon our gurus coming down through Prabhupada. And Rupa Goswami is on the altar there, his picture. He gave us so much literature. So this is 500 years old. Not this copy, but this book is 500 years old. And everything's here. It's a whole summary of all of our culture, all of our philosophy, from the most simple to the most advanced, basic techniques, the purports that expand it. And then we have a little commentary we did called Tava Pache Pache, right? Which then takes it to Bhakti Vaibhava level. We look up all the citations. Because the citations are not just any citation. They are the citation that supports this point. So you can see 100, maybe like 50 little lines coming out here to the Bhagavad Gita, the Isopanishad, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vishnu Puran. Yeah. If you follow the citations, if you know the verses that are cited in here, you're ready for, Bhakti Vaibhava, Bhakti Vedanta, if you know them really, with that and so on. So very, very wonderful book, And so much of what I've been saying has just simply been, taking from here, like that, so on. So, if you haven't got a copy, go to the gift store and buy a copy, and I will personally autograph the first 5 copies. And after that, Jaya Haridas will autograph 5 more. Yeah, maybe he's more merciful than I am. He might even do 10 like that. Yeah. And also we have right here for the 11th verse. Actually, what is it? Vaikuntaj janito vara marupari tatrapi raso savad vrendaranya mudarapani ramanat tatrapi govardhana Radha Kunda Mihapi Gokulapate Premamrita Plavanad. That's it? Kuryadash I may be mixing 2 verses though. It describes the spiritual world. The kingdom of God is better, the Vrindavan Dham is better than the kingdom of God. Yeah. And within that, the more intense are the forests. And within that, the most intense is Govardhan. And more intense than that is Radha Kund, right, like that and so on. So we have here from Dinabandhu, right? Nice, very, very nice book. He visited. Hope he comes again. But he's writing all about Sri Vrindavan, and you can order this at Amazon, right? Where's our bookseller? He's got here. Yeah, you can order this on Amazon, and I think it is $58 on Amazon. It's worth it. But right here, not 48, not 38, not even 28. $25. Okay, so the devotee, where is he? You know, our devotee he's gone here. Okay, yeah. So very, very, very nice book. You know, the book distribution. And again, Gaur Purnima is coming. So any questions or comments? Now again, I'm 70% deaf, certified at least. So you got to pretend you're talking in a long-distance conversation, 1955, on an Indian telephone.
You spoke about the essence of justice.
Telephone, right?
Is truth.
Okay, yeah. Essence of justice is mercy.
I mean, it's mercy. But we find that often people become very upset if justice is dispensed because through the agency of mercy. They say you should follow the truth. You did wrong. I mean, he's done such an atrocious act. You have to punish him accordingly.
Yeah.
We find in the devotional society, it's like that.
Yeah. Yep.
So it becomes very difficult to justify when you say, oh, let us be merciful to this person.
Yeah.
Let us give him another chance.
Yeah.
People who are hurt by this individual very deeply or harmed,
Yeah.
they find it very difficult if we follow
Yeah.
the principle of mercy.
So for the YouTube, who was pointing out that some people, when you apply, you decide that the essence of justice is mercy, not truth. Doesn't mean you reject the truth, right, in things, but it means that mercy has a precedence. They become angry about it, disturbed, everything else. They want their revenge. So many things. Yeah. But yeah, it has to be applied properly. It has to be applied properly. You know, not that we merciful and some child molester goes out and molests 6 more children and kills them and eats them or something. No. You know, that's the first thing, is it has to be applied properly. And it has to include justice. Right? That's the whole thing. It's not that we're two different things, but that's why it has to include truth. It has to be include truth. You know. So, but when Jesus Christ, you know, was preaching, his environment, his biggest opponents were, anybody know? Huh? Yeah, the Sadducee and Pharisee. There's so many peoples right now who are our biggest opponents. Who do we have to oppose? Huh? Some Mayavadis, scientists, right? Scientific preaching, scientific ideas, you know, mythology, you know, yeah. Prabhupada said over and over again for his final last year, Tamal Krishnamars told me, Prabhupada said over and over again for his final last year, scientific preaching is my #1 preaching program. Okay. Yeah. And so many times, because it's a philosophy, it's an idea, it's a view of life, right? You know, some girl and boy are messing around, she gets pregnant, she tells him, hey, you know, I'm pregnant. Well, here's $100, take care of your little problem. It's not a little problem. It's just terrible. I mean, your life, I know young girls in inner city places like that. She was coming to our temple. She became kind of confident talking to the girls. I think she was 16 years old and she already had 3 abortions. Yeah. And she said, I don't care. You know, but you could see she cared a lot. Her life was basically destroyed, you know, because of science, right? Taken to the extreme, it says that pregnancy is just a chemical reaction. Right? That's what it's saying. It's a big argument. And so we're trying to tell people, Parasara gives different atonements for different things, right? If you do this, you can atone for it. You can do this, you can atone for it. For that woman who voluntarily and unnecessarily aborts her own embryo, there is no atonement possible. Yeah. She should be rejected from her society, and what to speak of talking to her, anybody who even sees her face becomes sinful. Wow. Yeah, and so want to help people. Yeah, but Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. Come to Lord Chaitanya, everybody, even though we've done very bad things, right? Yeah, because he's merciful, right? But the law is there, So it's always been there. There have always been people who tended towards, this. And why do they do it? Because ultimately we're saying the real natural thing is mercy. That's the ultimate nature of the soul. It's the ultimate nature of Krishna. And because they have personal motivations. They want revenge, They want, different reasons. And sometimes the reasons, the mercy is not correct. It's not really mercy. Mercy means, you go out and you find that your little son and 3 of his playmates have poured gasoline all over the cat, and they're going to set the cat on fire. Right? To see something interesting. And you wail the dickens out of your son. You tell the mothers, the other kids, and they beat the dickens out of their sons. And the kids, don't do that. Because even if they did that, their lives would be scarred forever when they saw what they'd done. They just have nightmares and everything else. Yeah. And so mercy, this hurts me more than it hurts you. Why is it I can't sit down afterwards? And But so we might say the essence of mercy is truth. How's that fit you? Yeah. And because the judge, he's looking at this whole situation. What's going to correct the person? What's going to make everything happy? How's everything going to work out? So in the end, the judge, and whoever's making it, is intelligent enough, because he has to be a person in the end. American system, the jury says guilty or not guilty, right? Yeah. And then the judge usually cannot put that aside. There is in the law, I've forgotten what it's called. Any lawyers here? Equity. I got it. It's called an equity judgment. Anybody know about that? Any lawyers here? No. It's called an equity judgment. An equity judgment is when you tell the judge, hey, look, the law says this, all this and that and everything else, but it's just not fair. And the judge can make an equity judgment, but very difficult, to maintain it, to have it be accepted, not on appeal and overthrown and so on. But it's there. But the judge can just say, something like that. He has that authority. So at least, the person, we found this person guilty of, first-degree murder, right? Yeah. And then the judge says, now it's time to give the sentence. He makes his choice. He has freedom. And he says, this it's a fact, everything else, you knew what you were doing, you're angry, you made this choice, but I really think that at heart, you know that you did something wrong and you want to change yourself. In this whole court I've seen that. So I'm not going to sentence you to death. I'm going to sentence you to life imprisonment with possibility of parole after 15 years. Yeah. That's okay? Then everybody in the audience may even go, yeah, we changed our mind. He killed our father, but seeing the guy and everything else, and we can see that what happened. Yeah? Okay? Yeah. Lord Prabhupada said there's always been 2 classes of people, the followers of Advaita and the followers of Nityananda, because they're always fighting, playing, The Smartas and the Avadutas. he says they've never been able to understand each other and they never will. And so, some people, are getting out there and not following the rules so carefully and doing all these things. Yeah, okay. And other people are very strict, following the rules and regulations. Rukmini, right? And Satyabhama. Radha and, Radha and, what's her name? I forgot her name. Chandravali. Chandravali. Yeah, Chandravali. Yeah. So, we got a, different groups here, And so we understand what is your nature externally, and then you start to understand, this is my nature and stuff. And Prabhupada said they're both great. Specifically told devotees, they're both great. Some people like to stay in the temple, receive people, preach to them. Other people like to go out and deal with this stuff. And he said, both are great. He said, but you find that you have a tendency to, end up in one group or the other. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody very much. Now it's time for announcements. Somebody's here. But if anybody has any questions, we will retire to the lobby afterwards. And we maybe want to talk a little bit more afterwards like that. So now, want to use this one? Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Hanuman Prashad Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for such a wonderful class. Hari Bol. And thank you all so much for being here today for our Sunday Feast program. We have a very important event coming up, so please mark your calendars. Gaur Purnima, the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya, also known as the Golden Moon Festival, is coming up on March 13th. We will be having a festival here at the temple starting at 6 p.m. Sponsorships are available on our website under donations. This is a great chance to serve the Lordship, so if you're interested, please take a look at our website. It is one of the biggest festivals of the year, and it's a wonderful time to come together and serve together. And if you're interested, you can sign up to volunteer for the Gaur Purnima Festival. Please contact His Grace Radha Charan Prabhu and His Grace Prananath Gopal Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this age and gave us the holy name, and we can share this special gift with others. So please join us for the Maha Harinam Sankirtan on Saturday, March 15th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Memorial Hermann Park. You can get there by joining devotees on the van, and that will leave from Govinda's parking lot at 2:15 p.m. This is really a great opportunity to distribute books, prasad, and to chant and dance and share the mercy with others. So if you're interested, please contact His Grace Madhav Sharan Prabhu for more details. We also have the book distribution scores for this week. Mahabooks 96, 81 big books, 115 medium books, 175 small books, for a total of 467 books in the past week. Haribol! And we have one sponsor for today's Sunday feast, Mohan and Tripti Agarwal. They are sponsoring for Mohan's birthday. Thank you so much. And if the sponsoring family is here, could you please raise your hand? That way we can make sure you're able to offer arati to the deities. Oh, okay, thank you. And I believe Patita Pavana Prabhu would like to make a small announcement for campaigns on distribution of Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Hare Krishna. So, as you heard, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance day is arriving just shortly in 11 days. And we don't have a very proactive marathon, but we are accepting sponsorships for sets of Chaitanya Charitamrita so that we can distribute them to persons who would appreciate this knowledge. And also, we'd be happy to distribute to you if you don't have a set in your home. Srila Prabhupada says every respectable gentleman should have a set of the Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam in their home. So please approach myself or Jaihari, and we'll get you set up with a set of Chaitanya Charitamrita. For the special price for the Gaur Purnima is $108, which is very cheap, only nine volumes for $108. So please take this opportunity. Hare Krishna. Oh, if anyone's interested now, please raise your hand and we can get that sorted out before the evening is over. Hare Krishna. Oh, we have Hari Vallabha. Hari Vallabha, thank you, Hari Vallabha. Thank you. And Saranga Thakur Prabhu. Jai, thank you. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Today's 7 p.m. Kirtan will be led by His Grace Hanuman Prabhu, followed by Nrsimha prayers led by His Grace Rasikendra Prabhu. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Nam Vishnu Padaya Vishnu Prastaya Bhutale Mate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Puravani Pracharine Vishesha Sunyavadi Pashadya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama